Shalom, shalom. Welcome to another episode of the Jew Journal, the world famous Jew Journal. I'm your host, Officer Zakar. To my right,
Officer Gad.
To my left,
Officer Araya.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode. We got a few topics we want to get into. We want to bring them. Well, what do we say the Jew Journal is? This is spiritual news. This is what the Jew Journal is. Spiritual news. We bring in articles to our people, and we're going to correlate it with the Bible to give you the understanding on how to deal with these social topics and issues that your Sunday pastor don't know how to bring out of the Bible.
Impossible.
Impossible. First article we're going to go into is, I'm sure all of y'all done seen it. It's the teen girl. I forget her name, but it's the one that was in Chicago, Illinois, in a hotel. It's a teen girl found in the hotel freezer after a party. Her name's Keneeka Jenkins. She was 19, is what they said. So we see that thing a lot in the black community and the Hispanic community. Young kids, both male and female, dying at early ages. You know, and a lot of our people, mothers, you know, they have to live the rest of their life without the children that they, you know, helped bring into the world. Because the man gave life. The man has life in him, and the woman brings forth that child after 9 months, 10 months, like it says in the Bible. And we're losing our young kids at an alarming rate for reasons that are, you know, our people say, oh, stop the violence, all these kids are out of control. First script, let's go to Hosea 4:6.
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you why our young teens keep on dying. And it's not it's, you know, I think you searching for answers, here they are. They right here on the Jew Journal, and God got him in the Bible. You just got to take the time to read. Read that, Hosea
Chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
God says his people are being destroyed for the lack of knowledge that they have. We don't know nothing about the Bible. We like to claim we do. We think we know God. You know how many people, and I know some of y'all on here watching this Jew Journal, I got a personal relationship with Jesus, with God. God know my heart. God says my people destroyed because you lack knowledge of what? Him, his laws, who you are, how to raise your kids, how to keep them out of trouble, all of that. Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So God does not love everybody. He is not one of those come as you are, no matter what you do type. No. You reject him, he will reject you. And look, some people might be like, all right, cool, I can handle that. Whatever, it's my life. He gets a little bit more detail. Read on.
That thou shalt be no more priest to me.
That's who we are. We are a nation of kings and priests. Read on.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
God said what?
I will also forget thy children.
That's what a lot of our parents in today's society do not understand. You think it's all about you, personal relationship. God know my heart. Okay. All right. Don't keep his commandments. He gonna forget you. He gonna reject you, and then he gonna forget your kids. And that's what happens with the teenagers that are dying out here at a young age. Our parents ain't keeping the commandments, raising them in it. God is forgetting your kids, and now they subject to whatever happens to them. Like Keneeka Jenkins, the young, beautiful 19-year-old Israelite girl. Didn't know she was Israelite, so she found herself. Let's read the article. Read some of that article, and let's see if we can, because there's a lot of speculation going on about it. So let's read the article, get a little bit of details on it for the people.
Right. It says, a mother says she's horrified after the body of her 19-year-old daughter was found inside an Illinois hotel walk-in freezer, a day after she apparently walked into it drunk, according to authorities and witnesses.
See, and this Titus, go to Titus. You know, 19-year-old girl, even in we in Babylon the Great. The law of the land says you ain't supposed to be drinking till you're 21. Now we all done did some silly things, and the Lord spared our life to be right here to give the message to the people on the other side that don't quite know why these things, can't explain them.
Right.
But we ain't supposed to be doing those things because it can end up in tragedy like it did with Keneeka Jenkins. Where's that scripture in Titus about the aged woman?
Titus chapter 2.
Yeah, let's read that real quick.
Verse 3.
All right, Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness.
Nah, aged woman ain't just some old lady, because you got some old ladies that's still in the daggone hole-in-the-wall clubs with wigs on and blonde hair and twerking with them what you call them shorts and real short shorts they used to call them back in the day.
Deuce and Daisy, something like that.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes. He said Dukes and Daisy.
Something like that.
Hey, this brother repented. All praises. Daisy Dukes, you know? And so, aged women just ain't talking about age. It means you aged in these scriptures. You've been around for a while. You've been around for 10, 20 years, like Mother Shamara and Mama Parya. You done seen some things.
Right.
You done counseled some sisters with the scriptures. You done applied them to your life for a long time. That's an aged woman. She's going to be in behavior as becometh holiness. Read on.
Not false accusers. Not given to much wine. Teacher of good things. That they may teach the young
now
women.
the aged woman. This is why God said, if you reject His knowledge, this is the knowledge, the Bible. I'm going to reject your kids too. Therefore, if you as an aged woman don't know the knowledge of God or how to conduct yourself as a holy woman, therefore you teach your daughters to be unholy girls. And you can't teach them how to be discreet, because you ain't discreet. You can't. Read the verse. Let the Bible speak. Read that.
That they may teach the young women.
Like Keneeka, she's 19. She was a young woman. Read on.
To be sober.
To be what?
Sober.
The reason. What? Read that part again. What happened to it? It said the first paragraph right there.
A mother says
she's horrified.
Yeah, my mother says she's horrified after the body of her 19-year-old daughter was found inside an Illinois hotel's walk-in freezer. A day after she apparently walked into it drunk.
That's why God said, you aged women, you got to teach these young women how to be sober. Because that's what the world's teaching them, right? You know who's teaching them? Nicki Minaj. What's that other one that down here in Miami? Trina.
Yeah, Trina.
She's the baddest beat.
I don't know.
Beyonce. What was the one my neck, my back? I'm old, y'all. I'm old. I forget her name.
And you know what?
Kaya something.
I was going to say, it's not just those women that's teaching them that. It's the media as well. Everything in the media, even cartoons, they have like little kids sneaking and drinking and stuff like that. The little reality shows and stuff like that. Even on BBC, the little they done got rid of the Cosby's now. They added now. They got Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that.
Being Mary Jane and all them type shows.
And so now our women correlate. They correlate in order for me to make it in life to be accepted by society.
That's the thing.
I gotta be like this. I gotta act like this.
Yep, and the reason why they act like that is because they learned it from their mothers, or either maybe they didn't learn it from, maybe their mother was raised by their grandma and they ain't never seen their mama act like that. But you not teaching them thus saith the Lord as it is written, so they are learning from their influenced by their friends that are around them. Influenced, and the young girl Keneeka Jenkins, all the details still ain't came out on it.
Right.
So we don't know what happened. We're going to give you what we perceive spiritually from the Bible. We understand right now that no commandments was being taught in that house. None at all. She was hanging around ungodly. Get some scriptures on that about her friends. Let's pull some of those.
Let me get us Sirach chapter 6 real quick.
Because she was hanging around a lot of ungodly friends from the little Facebook Live that I saw.
You get Sirach chapter 6 verse.
Where you at?
Chapter 6 and start at verse 7.
Sirach chapter 6 verse 7. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
So the Most High, it's the reason why the Most High told us to do this.
Yeah.
If you want a friend, you got to prove that friend first. The only way you're going to prove a friend is by the scriptures.
That's right.
By going through stuff with them, by dealing with them in certain circumstances. This was a circumstance where, you know, this is what they say happened, was she was set up. Her friend set her up.
Yeah.
$200, you know, banged her out with a bunch of dudes, and she put it on Facebook Live. Her so-called friend. So God said, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Read on.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Some friends just want you because you got stuff. That's it. Some friends want you because you gonna make them $200.
Yep. That's heavy.
That's it.
That was that, and if that be the case, they set her up. That was friends that was for their own occasion.
On occasion.
That's
just to even have the audacity to put it on Facebook Live while she in the background screaming for help.
Yeah, that's what they said. And
She in the background screaming for
up.
help. Right, she turned the music up. You put it on Facebook Live, but then you say, this is my friend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy as hell.
That's crazy. That's why it behooves us as parents to know who our friends are around, and not even because a lot of people would be like, oh, I know all my kids' friends. I'm gonna tell you this right now: if those kids are not being taught, thus saith the Lord, around other commandment-keeping friends, your only friends should be in this truth.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
They are going to end up doing some sort of evil.
She better believe it.
It's just a given. All of us done it. We, you know, our mama thought that we was around good kids. We was out doing dirt when we wasn't in the house around mom and them. All the dirt we could, hoping it didn't get back to mama.
Yep.
So that's why you got to get yourself in a congregation and teach these kids, thus saith the Lord, their friends need to be other commandment-keeping kids. So if they get out of order, that other commandment-keeping kid's going to be like, no, we ain't doing that. Thus saith the Lord, this, that, and the other. When you're around ungodly people, that's what happened.
Hey, also, you brought out, what is that, Titus chapter 2?
Yeah.
That's heavy because when you read, get Ezekiel 16.
I'll read it.
Get Ezekiel 16:44.
Ezekiel
16:44.
chapter 16.
This is why it takes the aged women to teach God's laws. Read that.
Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 44. Behold, everyone that uses proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
So that's why God said the aged women got to teach the young women to be sober, to be grave, to be holy in the laws of God. Why? Because what you teaching them, that's what they're gonna do, because they see their mother doing it. If my mama telling me, boy, don't smoke no weed, but I see you smoke weed every day, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna smoke weed. You telling your daughter, don't sleep around with all these men, but you bringing in a man every night, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, she gonna be bringing a man in every night.
Whenever she get the feeling to, she gonna have a different one. Oh, he ain't treat me right. Oh, he didn't do this right. He didn't buy me this. Oh, whatever. And now you're on to the next one until you eventually come across that no good doggone hell. All of them. 99% of a men out there are dogs. I'm gonna tell you. This is how you know a man's a dog. If you his girlfriend, he's a dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Hey, real talk.
Because ain't no girlfriends when it come to God. It's only husbands and wives. If you've been his girlfriend for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, oh, we've been together 5, 6, 7 years. You the dog.
So basically all of this, it could have been prevented. But even though it wasn't, everyone that's watching it should learn how to apply this for the future, so that way your child, or maybe your niece or nephew, or whoever, somebody you can influence with your examples, or you giving out this lesson, these scriptures, the understanding of it, you can help prevent this from happening. Because we don't want to see this. We're not approving of it. We don't want to see our daughters of Sarah being afflicted like this.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But you know what's crazy? Because nobody will look at this and sit their daughter down and have that talk. I guarantee you.
No, everybody watching Facebook Live trying to find a video.
Right. They trying to figure out who was in the background.
Nah, man.
They ain't sitting their daughter down. You know what? Something got to change. We got to go over something We got to see what God says about this. Because God said, hold on, get, what is that? Amos. It says, shall a trumpet be blown?
Oh, yeah.
Get that. Because that's the reality of it. The Most High put it to death. That's reality. I know it hurts.
Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
That's a rhetorical question. Because the trumpet was blown when the enemy was approaching.
Yeah.
So that's a rhetorical question. Of course, we was going to be scared when the trumpet blown. Read on.
Shall there be evil in a city?
Evil. That sister, she done been raped. She done fell into a freezer. She was drunk. Her friends left her. That's evil.
Yeah.
Read on.
And the Lord hath not done it.
Who do the evil? The Lord allowed the evil to happen. Because she wasn't covered. She wasn't covered with His word, with His shield. Exactly. She wasn't covered.
That's the only thing that will protect us is these commandments. Because that's what go to Psalms. We ain't gonna stay on this too much time. Go to Psalms 19. I'm gonna show you something. It's you young girls that might be watching this, and you know you can be the next Keneeka Jenkins. It can happen to you at any time. Don't take that stuff. Those are I ain't got friends like that. Oh, I don't hang around that kind of crowd. That can be you at any moment.
Yep.
If your friends ain't keeping the law, your friendship is superficial. It's fake.
It's based off of the sin that you in. Because if you want to change, go ahead and try to change. Bring the Bible to them and say, I'm only wearing dresses. I ain't doing that stuff no more. I'm going to keep the Sabbath day holy. See how they turn on you. Read that in Psalms 19, and I want to read verse 7.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
The law changes you from the inside out. Inside, it changes the spirit in you. And once that spirit in you changes, your thinking begins to change.
That's right.
You don't find yourself at hotel parties. Read on.
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
The testimony is the Bible.
Making wise the simple.
What it do?
Making wise the simple.
This Bible will make the simple wise. You'll be able to perceive trouble a mile away.
That's right.
No, that ain't a place that I need to be as a 19-year-old girl.
Right.
Exactly.
I see the flaws in my so-called friend for real. I know she's dirty for real. I know that. Because I'm keeping the laws. I can perceive that thing. It's not somebody I want to hang with. God gives you that wisdom when you keep these commandments. Go to that the next article about the young girl. It was another young girl here. This is what we on the Jew Journal we talking about today. We talking about women and being invulnerable Israelite women. Because we don't care about Chinese women. We don't care about white women. We don't care about Russian women. We don't care about East Indian women. We care about we care about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian women who are the Israelites according to the Bible. That's who we care about. That's why we bringing out these situations of young girls being taken advantage of or abused, so you can see these things and open up your ears and eyes and repent, change before it comes your way, before judgment steps at your front door. Let's play the video to it real quick. I want to play the video.
She said she was screaming that she was burning. Her and her friend got into an argument and she told her if she go to sleep, they was gonna do something to her.
I couldn't even imagine a child doing that to another child.
That's crazy.
All right, scroll down a little bit. So it says 11-year-old girl suffers terrible burns after friend, and after watching the video, you see it said best friend.
Best friend.
Throws boiling water on her at a sleepover, and you know what they was doing? It was the hot water challenge. You know how many times on social media we've seen these dumb challenges pop up, and everybody doing them.
Where it came from? You just do it.
You just do it just to get little fame. Give me 1 Timothy. Go to 1 Timothy. I forget what it was. 4 maybe. But one of the challenges was, I remember back, was the water bucket challenge.
Ice bucket.
Ice bucket challenge. That was one. And then it was another challenge that Negroes got hold of called the fire challenge.
Put alcohol
on their body and light themselves on fire, see how long they can hold it. Another stupid challenge they came across was the mannequin challenge.
Right.
Negroes just freezing. I seen some stuff, a knockout challenge. People just walk up and punch people and run off. Stupid stuff, man.
Hell to the no.
Exactly right. Hell to the no. That's crazy. Give me that. Where's that at 1 Timothy about in the last days? Yeah, that's what I want. Read that. 1 Timothy 4:1.
1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaking express.
No, that one ain't it. 2 Timothy might be. Let's go to it. 2 Timothy 3:1. That's what it is.
Oh,
2
that
Timothy
one.
3:1.
2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous.
See, it said lovers of their own selves. If you loved, if the law of love thy neighbor as thy love thyself was taught, scroll down on that some so we can see is it an article on that? Scroll down. Okay, scroll back up. I guess it ain't it there. But if just that law was being taught, love thy neighbor as thy love thyself, that little girl would have never had scalding hot water thrown on her face at a sleepover when she's asleep.
Our new friend, Jimani Ashe Merritt. She's 11 years old. She just got out of the hospital after spending 11 days there recovering from severe burns. She was at a friend's house a few weeks ago when her friend poured boiling water on her face.
She still has a long way to go on the path to recovery as she was left with burns over 85% of her face, but she has made a remarkable recovery so far. And this morning we're joined by Jimani, her mother Ebony, and their attorney Paul Prestia. Thank you all so much for being with us this morning. Good morning. So Jimani, let's start with you. Take us back to that night, the sleepover. What happened that night?
When we was dancing and stuff, I got tired and I was on a couch. About to fall asleep, but they was like, oh, don't go to sleep or you get pranked. When I went to sleep, all I just felt was hot water.
So you woke up to the feeling of hot water being poured on you. What did that feel like?
Hot water just boiled, and I was just screaming and yelling.
Jimani, we saw the pictures of you in the hospital. They were tough, and you really suffered. These people, the other girls, there were 3 of them actually, and Ebony, I'll ask you, it wasn't one person who did this, it was multiple people?
Yes, it was. It was 3 girls that was involved, and the mother played the part.
Mother played a part, how so?
Because after the girls threw the hot water on her, the mother put ice on her. I guess she thought she was helping, and then they removed all her clothes and threw her in a cold shower, which gave her a state of shock. She was burnt there for about an hour and a half before they even called EMS trying to cover up their tracks.
The mother of this girl who did this has spoken out publicly saying this was a prank gone wrong, it was just a mistake. What do you have to say to that mother?
Well, I know that it wasn't a prank gone wrong. Her daughter confessed that she did it before with hot water from the faucet. She didn't like the results, so this time she wanted to boil it when she seen the hot water challenge.
This hot water challenge that a lot of us had not heard of until this incident. Paul Prestia, you're the attorney. You think that YouTube might have some responsibility here?
Well, absolutely, Greg. YouTube has a responsibility to its millions of young, impressionable viewers to filter its content so that this doesn't happen. And in fact, it happened. An 8-year-old girl died in Florida about a week before this happened from a similar type of challenge.
The hot water challenge, by the way, I mean, like we all heard about the cold water challenge a couple years ago. That was kind of fun. It was for a good cause. And this hot water challenge, tell us about what you know of it.
Well, it's dangerous, first of all, Greg. And, you know, if you filter your phone, this will still come up. So these young, where does a 12-year-old girl get an idea like this for a prank or whatever it was? It was an act of bullying, which was really a crime. But YouTube has a social, and I would even argue a legal responsibility to filter that content, especially when they know that this has happened already. They had notice.
Jemani, have you heard from any of the girls who were there that night? Have any of them apologized to you for what happened?
No.
How does it make you feel to know that they haven't reached out?
It made me feel sad.
Third-degree burns.
Third-degree burn on an 11-year-old girl. You know, third-degree burn, it burned you. I've seen it burn the skin off her face. She'll never look the same.
Nope.
No, never.
She'll never look the same after this.
It's a scar for life.
That's a scar for life because it says, man shall be lovers of their own self. Don't care about nobody else. Read on.
Covetous. Boasters. Proud.
Boasters. Look what we did. That's how it, look at me. That's why you got all these Facebook Live. Let's tell you that. I want to tell you this. Facebook Live is the worst thing. Facebook Live and World Star Hip Hop and a damn camera phone is the worst things could have ever happened to Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians.
That's right.
Because it can be used for good, just like now. We sitting in front of a camera on YouTube, we using it for good. But majority of our people wrapped up in perilous times in the last days is boasters. Look at me.
Right.
Look what I'm doing. Put this on film. Let me get on IG. That's Instagram if you have
It's really handicapped the morals of people learning how to socialize.
There we go. That's morals.
They don't have no morals now. And now they don't have no morals. They don't know how to socialize with anybody else. So in their mind, I was just doing the challenge. There's nothing wrong. If nothing clicked in the mind like this, maybe I might harm her. Maybe I might get in trouble. There's nothing wrong.
Society has said that the only way you can get accepted now is that you got to do something ridiculous. You got to do something off the wall that nobody ever done before in order to feel accepted.
Biggest buffoon you can be. So people boast on that. Read on.
Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Unholy. Read on.
Without natural affection.
Without what?
Natural affection.
Just don't know how to care about nobody else. Just don't know how. And that's one problem we got in the Black and Hispanic community. You can walk past 50 of us, 2 or 3 might give you a look and say, hey.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, brother? Maybe on the good day.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe. We don't have no natural affection. We don't even know how to treat each other, love each other. Read on.
Truce breaker.
That's what happened right there. Because it said it was her best friend.
It's my best friend.
So if somebody, let's go to it. Where's this at? Let me get some scripts on how a friend is supposed to treat another friend. Because maybe our people don't know that, and that's what we're here to do on the Jew Journal. We got to, where we at?
Sirach 6:16.
Sirach 6:16?
Yeah, that's the 3.
That's what I want. Let's start at verse 14. This is what we here on the Jew Journal doing for you. We're going to give you, thus saith the Lord, so you can improve your quality of life by keeping the commandments. And you in the last days where you got plenty of women, brothers too, truce breakers all the time. That was my boy. That was my girl. What happened? She slept with my man. He was trying to mess with my girl. He stole from me.
Yep.
Those, cause as a friend, you got a truce like this is my friend. They wouldn't do things that a criminal would do to me. But you find them committing criminal acts like they did with the young sister throwing hot water on her face. Read that Sirach 6:14. Let's start at 14.
Sirach chapter 6 verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense. and he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure.
That's how important it is to have. But see, the thing is, this is where it comes in, Officer Gad, Officer Raya. We don't know how to choose friends.
Right.
Yep.
You don't know how to choose. That's what happened to Keneeka Jenkins. That's what happened to the young 11-year-old. We don't know how to choose friends. We choose them based off of, ooh, I like your hair. Oh, not in your hair. I like the weave you got in your hair.
I like the color of the weave.
I like the color of the weave. Oh, me and you like the same kind of boys. Ooh, she's loud like me. She don't talk. She don't take nothing from nobody.
We like the same type of wicked sin. We like the same wickedness.
The same sin. That's how we choose our friends. You can't do that once you come into the house of the Lord. You come to keep these commandments and this truth and understand you're Israelite. You can't be gravitating to people just because they got the same kind of personality you got, and that personality is, oh, we snap back on whoever. Oh, we don't play that. All that stuff. So it says, when you find a faithful friend, you find a treasure. Read on.
Nothing doeth contravene a faithful friend.
And his
excellency is invaluable.
Invaluable. Read on.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him.
Read the next verse.
Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright.
That's where the disconnect is with us. With our young women, our young men out there, the disconnect is, it says, because we don't fear God.
Right.
Therefore, we don't know how to direct our friendship aright. And here's the thing. How does a man or a woman direct their friendship aright? Sirach 37.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12.
Here is how you direct your friendship right. Read that.
But be continually with a godly man.
With a godly man. And God's not going to leave it up to your old Christian thought what a damn godly man is. God going to tell you what a godly man is, a godly woman is. What are they?
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
That is a godly man. That is a godly woman.
That's right.
That is how you direct your friendship aright. Yeah.
Sirach
a whole
37,
lot
verse 12.
until it slaps some of our parents in the head to watch over their kids.
Tell you.
Right.
Go ahead.
But be continually with a godly man.
Come on.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Brothers and sisters, y'all gotta understand what the Most High is saying right here. Be continually with godly men whom thou knowest to keep the commandments. The church ain't teaching no commandments.
Right.
So everybody in the church cannot be your damn friend. The only friend that you can have is the ones that know who they are, know their nationality, because only the Israelites can keep God's commandments. Those are the only friends you can have, so you might as well jump on the boat. You might as well get on board and
Get on
some friends.
board. Get
Because
on
out there
board.
ain't no friends for you out there.
Yeah. Jump up to verse 1.
Sirach 37 verse 1. Every friend
saith, yeah, that's my friend. Who? Yeah, that's my friend. Oh, yeah, that's my friend. Oh, what's their last name? Oh,
don't know.
Read. Every friend saith, I am his friend also.
Yeah, I know him, man. We grew up together. He grew up in the same neighborhood I did. You didn't speak 2 words to him your whole life.
Dang.
Only time you was kicking it with was on the basketball court. Read on.
But there is a friend which is only a friend in name.
In name. Meaning that they are not that godly person that's going to keep you out of trouble.
Nope.
They'll lead you to trouble. They'll try to get you to be in the trouble with them.
Yeah.
That's not a friend according to God, because like God said back in Sirach 6, a faithful friend is a defense. A strong defense. Keep you out of trouble. Keep you out of jail. Won't throw hot boiling water on your daggone face.
Oh, man.
God.
And for the parents, go back to Sirach chapter 32, 22.
32, 22.
Sirach 32, 22.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 22. And beware of thine own children.
God is telling you parents to beware of, what's that mean, beware? Watch out for your own children.
Right.
Don't be just letting your kids stay with anybody. Don't let them be going, oh, who you out there? Oh, we out here with our friends. And you don't know who it is.
Right. You just, okay,
all right, go on outside, boy. Do something. Go on outside, girl. You're getting on my nerves. Go somewhere.
Because one thing that was asked was, who was supervising these girls?
It did say that.
Who was supervising them?
So obviously the parents didn't know the other parents of how they raised their kids.
Right. Yep. Oh, you hit it right on the head.
What's that at? Let's go to Sirach 30. Go back to Sirach chapter 30, and let's go to verse 8. Read verse 8.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 8. A horse not broken becometh headstrong.
So God's giving it, because I love the way the Most High, he lays out his word. He paints pictures for you.
Yep.
A horse not broken, meaning that it's not trained for for a human to ride on.
Right,
It's wild. It's out there in the wilderness. Never had nobody on its back. So, like in the rodeo, when the horse get on him, it starts kicking. Or the bull and the horses start kicking because it's not familiar with somebody being on top of it.
Right.
So a horse not broken becometh, what it say?
Headstrong.
Headstrong. Read on.
And the child left to himself will be willful.
Will be what?
Willful.
Will be willful. You know what that means? Will test the waters.
Right.
Left to itself, it'll be bold. It'll put some hot boiling ass water on the stove and throw it on somebody's face.
Do you understand the mindset of somebody that you gotta wait for the water to boil?
So you sitting there thinking about it,
contemplating.
When this water boil, I'm finna get this. I'm finna get up. That's evil as hell,
That's
man.
evil.
That's
man.
evil.
So take heed to these scriptures, parents. Kids, you watching this, show your parents this on the Jew Journal. We give the scriptures to help save your young daughters' lives and to save them from being burnt. And also this. Go to the next article. Go to the next article for us here on the Jew Journal. If you just tuning in, I'm Officer Zakar to my right.
Officer Gad.
And to my left.
Officer right.
And you are watching the Jew Journal.
Jew
World famous. And today we're talking about, our Israelite women. Going through the hardships that they go through, because we catch hell in different ways. But you got your own struggle and fight too, as an Israelite woman. You got to make sure you prepared spiritually in these scriptures to be able to discern evil and bad situations before they happen, so you can remove yourself from it.
Right.
So there's another article here on BET.com. Read that for me. It baffles. This is. Please get your scriptures if you can. Read that for us.
Man horrifically sets pregnant girlfriend on fire, forcing her into early labor because he, quote unquote, wasn't ready to be a dad.
A man said, now to decipher this title, the first thing that's wrong with it is what?
Girlfriend.
So we already know he didn't care about it.
No, he didn't. He cared enough for her to have sex with her, but not for her to be the mother of his children. Hebrews 13:4. Let's go to it.
There you go.
Let's go to it with, this scripture here. We read it so much, it's like a broken record. People hear this scripture, they turn off their ears at that moment. I heard it 1,000 times already.
You should be reading your Bible.
Right.
Reading your Bible.
How many times?
You know what I tell you? Reading your Bible. Three times a day.
3 times a day.
But on point today,
Read that in Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
It's what?
Honorable in all.
God says marriage is honorable in all, because being married, you're no longer called a girlfriend, a side piece, a busted baby, a throwaway, jump off, like Deacon Ike likes to say. A busted baby. What's that say? That plies?
Yeah, plies.
Ain't no man gonna tell you to bend over and whistle while you work, cause you're a wife.
That's right.
You a mother. But if you're a girlfriend or a thought,
foot dragger,
they'll set your ass on fire.
Hey, real talk.
They'll set you on fire.
Real talk.
So you women, if any man says, I want you to be my girl, You say, no, nigga. I'm trying to be somebody's wife.
That's
right. There we go.
Now up in here!
And until you're ready to make me your wife, I'm not trying to be your girl.
Yep.
And don't let them fool you into that. Well, hey, we work up to that. No, because in between that, your ass might get set on fire.
Right, so.
Might get set on fire. You might
man.
you might turn out to be a baby mama.
Oh, that's crazy. A lot of sisters fall for that trick where dudes give you this sweet talk and they give you that temporary, intermediate love. I love you. I wanna. They give you false promises and then you fall into this trap. So where you think somehow, some way, I'm gonna make this man stay with me forever.
Yeah.
But
And I bet you, she probably told him with a smile on her face. She probably was happy as hell.
I'm pregnant.
He was like, I'm about to kill you. In his head, I gotta kill you.
I'm gonna burn your ass.
What was that on Steve Harvey on the Kings of Comedy? No, that was Steve Harvey. It was Bernie Mac talking about black people, we make a lot of noise. You know, we really ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, if somebody don't give a black person their check, he threatened to blow up the plate. I kill your kids.
Right.
I kill your kids. That's what he was thinking.
Yep.
When he said I'm pregnant, I kill your kids.
Yep. Now, he meant that thing.
And he meant it. Dang. It says, man horrifically sets pregnant girlfriend on fire, forcing her into early labor because he wasn't ready to be a baby daddy.
Baby, yep, that's exactly what it should say.
He wasn't gonna be a dad, a father. He's gonna be a baby dad.
Yep.
Let's read the article. Read that. What it says up there.
A pregnant woman was attacked by her boyfriend, doused in flammable liquid, and set on fire on Friday, September 8th.
So this is recent, September the 8th,
in Capitol Heights, Maryland.
somewhere near Baltimore.
The horrific incident forced 30-year-old Andrea Greenwich.
No, you shouldn't. I'm telling you right now.
30.
Tell you sisters, 30 years old, you should not be somebody's girlfriend.
Why, you still girlfriend and boyfriend? You 30 years old?
No, you shouldn't be no girlfriend. No. If you 30 years old, still a girlfriend, that is a sign that you have a poor judgment in choosing men. You need this truth more than anybody, because the truth will teach you marriage is honorable in all, and you ain't going to accept to be nobody's girlfriend.
Yep.
Read on.
Who was the victim into early labor with critical burns covering most of her body. This all went down in the morning before police and fire crews responded to the report of a fire at around 11:45 a.m.
Give me 1 Timothy chapter 5 and 14. Let's show you young women. You mothers, they got young daughters. What it says, what is God's commandment for his daughters that he brought into the earth, he created? 1 Timothy 5:14.
1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 14. I will therefore that the younger woman marry.
This is Christ speaking through Paul, because he's the one that called it, right? Christ is telling you Israelite women. He wants you to be married. Read on.
Bear children.
You have children.
Guide the house.
You're supposed to be guiding the house.
Give none occasion to the adversary.
When it says guide the house, that don't mean that you control the house. That means that you setting up order thing. Okay, kids need to be doing this. Food need to be cooked here. I got to do this. We got to make sure this is clean over here. Do that. And what happens is the man comes behind you and reinforces the order that he has set up already. The direction that he has given you of how he wants the house to go. You're following out the orders that he's giving you. And it's not that you being a slave or anything like that, or you less than him, anything like that. It's that the man, God set up the man to rule the household, to give you guidance, to give you direction, and it's your divine job to make sure that's carried out, so that he can then go out and raise his people up, knowing that when he come back home, the house is in order.
That's right. Yep.
So that's how you got to start looking at it, because a lot of women look at it like, I ain't gonna be second to no nigga. No,
You gonna get you a nigga that set you on fire. You don't wanna be second to a godly man?
It's not funny that the sister got set on
That's judgment.
But for a man to set a woman on fire that has his baby is just outrageous.
It's sick.
Like, outrageous, crazy.
You don't hear heathens. You don't hear Esau, Edomite women, and like you'll hear Chinese women go to that. Let me stay off the white people for y'all.
Yeah.
You don't hear Chinese women setting their men or men setting their women on fire at all.
No, you don't. You see it amongst us, and this ain't the first time this has happened. It's just recent, right here. But God says, "I will therefore that the younger women marry,
bear children, guide the house,
manage the house according to the order that the husband has set up."
Give none occasion to the adversaries to speak reproachfully.
The adversary is the other nations.
Right.
That say these women these black women, these Hispanic women ain't good for nothing but twerking and them laying on their back for sex.
Being a girlfriend.
Being a girlfriend. You give them that because you're not a wife. So you give them liberty, they free will. Say, look, they don't even get married. And if they, and the man set the damn women on fire because they don't want to be the father to the kids.
That's crazy.
Our women has to really start. They need to really start to value themselves.
Yeah,
more.
that's what it is.
They really do, because if you when you look in our society, the women are known as what? Hoes, sluts,
thoughts, only used to be video vixens and music videos and show their bodies. You know, and what you see a lot of times in pictures. And you black and Hispanic women have to stop this. I'm telling you, stop it. I'm telling you on the Juju, stop it. Stop. Stop turning around and taking pictures showing your ASS first and your face second. Because what are you doing? You are letting everybody know this is all I have to offer. This is what represents. This is what I have to offer you. This is my worth. This is my worth. I'm just good for what is behind me. Not what's in my mind.
Right.
You stop taking pictures like that. Please. If you in the truth somewhere, stop taking damn sideways pictures trying to show off your shape. If you ain't yet repented and you watch this, stop taking pictures with your back turned to the camera. Let everybody know I'm a whore.
Yep.
Come and get it.
Yep.
I can't be a wife. I can be a girlfriend though.
Yep. I can be used for sex. Look at what I got.
A booty call.
A booty call. Come and get it. Read that because you said think more better of themselves, right? Deuteronomy 7:6.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
That's the man, that's the women and the children of the nation of Israel, you blacks and Hispanics. We are a holy, set apart people. Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So you women are special, no matter what nobody else, what the world says and how they portray you, whatever roles they give you in movies, whatever music they make about you. God says that you are special. Read on.
Unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So you Israelite women, you Israelite men, you young Israelite girls, you are, I'm gonna make it plain to you. You are better than every other man, woman, and child on the face of the earth. That's thus saith the Lord.
Right.
And with that, and you know, a lot of our people don't want to accept that. You got to accept that. That's what God wants for you. That's who God created you to be, better than everybody else. Because we don't want that. We say, no, I'm equal. I ain't no different than nobody. Yes, you are. The reason why we don't want that is because we don't want the responsibility that comes behind that thing.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
To be chosen, to be special, and be better than everybody else.
Different.
You gotta act different. You can't have boyfriends, so that means that you've got to bring your body into subjection. Whenever you get that little feeling in the night in between the sheets, you can't act on it because you're special and set apart above all people. You can't find yourself at clubs or hotel parties because Israel means prince of God. Right. If you're a woman, you're a princess of God. Princesses don't go to hotel club parties.
Princesses don't get drunk.
They don't get drunk. They drink a little bit, but they don't get drunk because God says we can drink.
Yep.
But that's why a lot of people reject that being special and set apart, as the Bible says, because with that comes responsibility. And for a lot of our women, it's too much responsibility. They just rather be a baby mama. It's too much responsibility to be a wife. Because now you got to, because with a girlfriend, it's different. Like you know, I ain't gotta put up with this. I'm leaving. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Whatever, nigga. I ain't gotta cook for you. I'm just your girlfriend. This, that, and the other. But when you a wife,
Yeah, that's different.
that's different. That's a whole different list of responsibilities that come with being a wife. And what happens is the scriptures we brought out earlier prove a friend. You sisters, if you don't prove these men according to the scriptures, you're gonna end up with dudes that will impregnate you, be with you for sex, and set you on fire when you give them that bad news in their eyes.
You know what this goes back to? Not to cut you off. This goes all the way back to Titus 2 with the aged women. Society has just been getting worse and worse because the aged women have not been teaching these young women how to be keepers at home, obedient to their husband. So now since they don't understand how to love your children, how to love yourself, now they go around society not loving themselves, so they cause they cause this uproar, giving off these false images, and they don't know what to grasp into. They don't know which is right, so they go what they can cling on to now. The TV, the media, the Kardashians.
Kardashians,
right.
Edomites.
I can cling on to them because they get all this love. So maybe this is how I'm supposed to get it. Since our elderly never taught them like Titus 2 says, like the Bible says. Now they're getting taught by the devil.
And it's destroying us, like God said in Hosea 4:6. My people destroyed for lack of knowledge.
All looping. It's a cycle.
And looking further in this article here, it says the woman was already a mother of 2 boys, ages 8 and 15. The suspect of the crime is reportedly the newborn's father.
So he's not the other one's father.
He's not the other 2 kids. So it means she's I don't know if the first she's either on 2 or 3 baby daddies. Sisters, we got to start do better. And the only way you're gonna do better is when you repent and come and learn these commandments.
That's right.
What you need to do as a daughter of Sarah. So you stop being abused and mistreated like this. Read that in Ecclesiastes 9:9 for the brothers that, you know, want to dog out these women. What God say about how to treat women. How to treat, read what he calls them. Read Ecclesiastes 9:9.
Ecclesiastes 9:9. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest.
Who, with the who?
The wife.
The girlfriend.
The wife.
Bring it out.
The side piece.
The wife.
The other lady. What's that old song? The cleanup woman.
The cleanup woman.
God said with the wife. What's that song? I'm the cleanup woman.
I know.
No! God says that you're supposed to live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life. The wife. You see this, sister, what God keeps calling you what you're supposed to be? Wife, 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 wife. Brothers, you see what you're supposed to have? Wife, 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 wife. And live joyfully with them. And the only way you're going to find any joy or know how to treat them is in the Bible.
That's right.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord.
Hey, let me get a scripture.
Yeah,
Romans 13. It says live joyfully. One thing that we as a people, we don't know what love really is. We don't know how to be joyful. We don't know what love is. Watch this. Give me Romans 13 and verse 10. Read that.
Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
So the scripture says, which is God's words, love, if you love your neighbor, which is your fellow Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American, it says love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Let's read what that ill is. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. For this thou shalt not commit adultery.
That means that a man ain't for to step out of marriage to sleep with another woman. A woman ain't stepping out of marriage to sleep with another man. Read on.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. You ain't putting nobody to death. You ain't physically killing nobody. You ain't hating your brother. Because that's murder. Read on.
Thou shalt not steal.
You ain't stealing from nobody. How can you say I love you, but I'm stealing from you? Read on.
Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet.
Read on.
And if there be any other commandment.
Any other what?
Commandment.
Any other what?
Commandment.
The only way you can find out if somebody really love you, you gotta learn these commandments. You gotta learn these commandments. Read on.
It is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So read on.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
So love is keeping God's commandments. If you love your neighbor, if you have a friend that you love, you will be keeping God's commandments.
That's right.
And you will be teaching them God's commandments.
Right.
Right.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Hey, thank you for tuning in on Jew Journey. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick video break for 2-3 minutes. Stay tuned. We're gonna come right back, and when we come back, we're gonna discuss. I ain't gonna call him Coon of the Century. He'll be Coon of the Show.
Yeah. Coon of the show.
Coon of the Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the Jew Journey.
Being born again, breaking away, renewed standard beauty. What's your definition? Good hair. The lighter, the brighter, the better. Is it to survive, to keep your job, to keep your man, but it's your wool, beautiful. 9 billion to keep you fooled. Sodium hydroxide to burn it through, killing your roots.
Black girl magic, curly girl swing it to habit. Clean beard men, best looking things on the planet. Good God, your hair is fully made by the author of beauty. Your hair is the best hair in the universe. Nothing about it is regular, damn. Tell your haters to step aside. Natural bully, it's on the rise. We don't hate our hair, we love it to life, and we just wanna say goodbye to. We see it pop out to the real next industry. No more I don't fish, you just be happy. We coming back to what you said. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am Hebrew. The passion of this world is passing away, but your dark skin will always remain. Hair like wool, skin like brass, like it's burning in a furnace, and it's even deeper than the surface. We can understand why they get nervous, but to hide it would be a disservice. Your hair reaches the sky on purpose. We say it pop out to the real next industry. I love this shit, just be happy. We coming back to what you said, never blind. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am looking like the Hebrew I know I am. I am Hebrew. Black girl magic, curly girl swing it to habit. Clean beard men, best looking things on the planet. Black girl magic, curly girl swing it to habit. Clean beard men, best looking things on the planet.
Who said Most High's hair is no good? Who said his hair needs relaxing, texturizing, blonding, praise, name, and honor is due. The best above all, thus saith the Lord. Take pride like foremother Judith, King Solomon, Christ the King, Most High God of Israel. Natural woolly people, shine. Image is everything. Shine. Holy and peculiar people, shine. Natural and woolly people, shine. Daniel 7, verse 9.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.